Hello, family members. I hope you're having a good day today. um, I wanted to talk about something that uh, I'm not exactly an insider on at all. This is some uh, very much an outsider's perspective on it. But I wanted to talk about the controversy with the NFL kicker Harrison Butker, I believe is how you pronounce his name, and the stuff that he said at that college graduation speech not that long ago. And it wasn't really a topic that I felt the need to speak on. I mean, to me, the way I looked at it was it's just another right wing grift kind of outrage scam. They say somebody's canceled, and then it becomes a news story, and then the quote unquote canceled parties, whatever it is they're selling goes through the roof, like Jason Aldean or whatever. So I just didn't really think that it was really worth commenting on because it was a bigoted speech, but it was given in a place that that's not necessarily an inappropriate speech to make. The crowd that he was speaking to, they were there for it, and so I just was like, this is, I don't know that it's newsworthy, really. Some guy I don't know said something stupid. Yeah, okay, whatever. And I mean, the reason that I wanted to revisit that though was I started seeing things comparing this guy to Colin Kaepernick. And it's a little bit of a frustrating comparison. It's just not warranted at all. Colin Kaepernick made a stand and used his platform to push forward a conversation that needed to be had. He was trying to, help society. It was a directed act. And for that, he paid dearly. I mean, he lost money in many different senses. It cost him part of his professional career. And nothing that this kicker guy did is going to cost him anything. It really isn't. Like, they've sold out his jerseys and he's gotten way more press and fame than he could have ever paid for. And, he's coming out way on top from going to a place where a bigoted speech would be welcomed and giving a bigoted speech and then riding the backlash wave all the way to the bank. Colin Kaepernick actually made sacrifices. He did it for a real purpose. What was that kicker guy, gonna do? Like, encourage women to be housemakers, or homemakers? I mean, I think that most girls at a conservative Catholic college are getting that messaging quite frequently. Like, it wasn't like if he didn't say it, they'd never hear that idea. But if Colin Kaepernick hadn't started the conversation, then it wouldn't have happened. There's a big difference there. Colin Kaepernick actually did something to benefit society and sacrificed to do so. This guy said some stupid stuff and he's going to make a ton of money and get a ton of notoriety from it, and no major downsides. Like, he might not get certain post football job opportunities that he probably wouldn't have gotten anyway, right? Like, if he's a conservative whack job, he probably would have only wanted to be involved in things that would have been appropriate for conservative whack jobs, because guess what? There's plenty of positions available for conservative whack jobs. People love just throwing money at those guys because they buy stuff out of spite. Like I just when I was doing a little bit of reading on this just to make sure I wasn't missing anything um, before I started filming, and one of the first headlines that came up was like the women's jersey of that guy sold out like right away. And it's like, that is such a spiteful thing. I wonder how many of those jerseys will even ever get worn, Who cares as long as it sells out, they got to signify. Ugh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, it cracks me up. And it's so predictable. And these right-wing grifters have got it down to such a science, and they're just able to play their bass like a little fiddle. It's so funny, the people that like to call other people sheeple and say that if you do this you can't think for yourself, and are like so easily manipulated. It's so funny. And so yeah, I mean, some nobody who I will probably forget his name as soon as I finish putting the thumbnail together for this. And trying to compare him to somebody who was actually trying to do something good for society. It's so comically wrong. I just felt like I had to talk about that because it's just like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, no, don't. What are you kidding? Why? Wow. 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 Rude. Very rude. That's all I can say. Well, family members, that's all I got for you today. I don't obviously have a ton to talk about on this topic, so I guess it's just a short one for you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.